wake up one morning and the world feels heavier than it did yesterday, not because something changed outside you, but because something shifted within. A quiet ache, a silent storm, a strange, unexplainable distance between you and the person you once hoped to be. You sit with it, you breathe through it, you try to understand it. But pain rarely explains itself. It simply arrives, uninvited, unpredictable, unapologetic, and in that quiet heaviness, the mind begins to wander, to memory, to mistakes, to the versions of yourself you wish you could erase. You wonder why life feels like a test you didn't prepare for, why the days blur, why hope feels thin. And then, somewhere in the background of your thoughts, a whisper rises. Steady, ancient, familiar. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius? You close your eyes. You let the words settle, and slowly, something inside you shifts, because deep down you know, the world is not weighing you down. Your own thoughts are, your fears are, your unspoken wounds are, and maybe, just maybe, this is the moment you finally face them. So you breathe again, deeper this time, more intentionally. You feel the air move through you, cold then warm, heavy then freeing, alive, present. And in that breath, you remember something simple, yet so often forgotten. You are still here. You survived every night that felt like it would break you. You endured every moment you thought would be your final limit. You carried burdens your younger self could not have imagined lifting. And you are still here, not perfect, not unscarred, but present, alive, becoming. The world thinks strength is loud, shouting, striking, conquering. But real strength is the man who rises quietly, the woman who endures silently, the heart that breaks and still beats forward. You reflect on the mistakes, not to punish yourself, but to understand, to grow, to rise above the old versions of you who didn't yet know better. Seneca whispered this truth centuries ago. Sometimes even living is an act of courage, and you feel it now. How true that is, how brave you've been. Without ever giving yourself credit, life has not been gentle, but neither have you been weak. Every time the world struck you, you learned something: patience, resilience, humility, perspective. You learned that not all battles are fought outside. The most painful ones happen silently within your own chest. And yet you kept walking, even with fear gnawing at your ribs, even with doubt whispering in your ear, even when your hands shook, and your voice broke, and your heart felt like cracked glass. You kept walking. That alone is proof of something sacred inside you, a will, a fire, a spirit that refuses to disappear. No matter how many storms try to extinguish it, you open your eyes again. The world hasn't changed, but something inside you has. A small shift, a subtle awakening, a remembering. You realize you don't need life to be easy. You only need the strength to face it, to stand in the storm without becoming the storm, to feel pain without becoming pain, to lose without losing yourself, to fall, yet rise without bitterness. You remind yourself of Epictetus's quiet power. No man is free who is not master of himself. Self-mastery, not control over everything, not a life without chaos, just mastery over what happens within you. Your reactions, your emotions, your choices, your courage, your peace. You look at your life, your real life, not the version you show others, but the one you carry in silence. All the fears you never speak of, all the regret you hide, all the grief you carry alone, all the dreams you buried under survival. And for the first time, you don't look away. You face them, slowly, gently, honestly, because there is no freedom in avoiding your own truth. There is only delay, and you've delayed enough. This is the moment you choose yourself, the moment you stop running, the moment you stop apologizing for being human and hurting and healing at your own pace. You realize the journey is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the person you were before the world taught you fear, before you shut down, before you hid your heart, before you forgot your own worth. You aren't broken. You're buried under expectations, disappointments, pressures, and the weight of living. But the soul, your soul, remains untouched, still burning, still waiting, still calling you home. You take another breath, and this time, you feel something strong inside you, a quiet readiness, a subtle courage, the early echo of who you are becoming. The world has wounded you, yes, but it has also awakened you. It taught you how temporary everything is. Joy, pain, people, moments. It taught you that nothing you cling to is truly yours. Only your character is. Only your choices are. Only your mind is. And suddenly, the weight begins to lift. Not because life got easier, but because you grew stronger. You stand up, not physically, but internally. You reclaim space within yourself. You reclaim the voice that fear tried to silence. You reclaim the fire you once dimmed to keep others comfortable. You remember that mountains are climbed in silence. Wounds are healed in solitude. Mastery is forged in moments no one else will ever see. Your journey is not meant to be understood by everyone. It is meant to be lived by you, deeply, deliberately, truthfully. You whisper to yourself, a promise, a vow, a declaration. I do not rise for applause. I rise because my soul demands it. And that is enough, more than enough. The beginning of everything. You feel the shift deepen. You feel the past losing its grip. You feel the future opening its doors. You feel the present inviting you to finally inhabit your own life. The scars on your heart soften into lessons. The weight on your shoulders becomes fuel. The fear in your chest loses its teeth. Because you are no longer running from yourself. You are walking toward yourself. Toward clarity, toward discipline, toward peace, toward mastery. You realize that strength is not built in comfort. It is carved out of hardship, forged in solitude, sharpened by loss, refined by failure. Every painful chapter shaped you. Every silent night strengthened you. Every broken dream redirected you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be, to become who you are meant to be. Life has not punished you. Life has prepared you. You lift your face toward whatever comes next, and you whisper with quiet conviction, I am ready. Ready to rise, ready to return, ready to rebuild, ready to become. And somewhere deep within, in the place where your soul keeps its secrets, a calm voice answers back, you always were. You take a step inward, deeper into the quiet space within you, where truth no longer hides behind noise. Here, there is no past to regret, no future to fear, only breath, only presence, only you. It feels unfamiliar at first. This stillness, this honesty, this absence of chaos. For so long, your mind has been a battlefield, a storm, an echo chamber of doubts and wounds. You never had the words to explain. But now, something within you settles. Not because everything is solved, but because you're no longer fighting yourself. You realize how much energy you've spent running from shadows that were born inside you. Pain, fear, regret, expectations. You carried them like armor, thinking they would protect you, but all they ever did was keep you from feeling alive. So you let them fall, piece by piece, layer by layer, until the weight is no longer yours to bear. And beneath all that heaviness, you find something tender, something sacred, something untouched by the storms you survived. Your essence, your spirit, your quiet, unshakable core. It's been waiting for you, patiently, because it always knew you would return one day. You look around internally, into the rooms you once avoided, the memories you once feared, the wounds you once ignored. You see them clearly now, not as curses, but as teachers. Seneca once wrote, "Fire tests gold and adversity tests the brave." And suddenly, the pain you thought would break you reveals itself as the very thing that shaped you. You were not destroyed. You were refined, strengthened, sharpened. Every disappointment carved resilience into your bones. Every heartbreak expanded the size of your heart. Every failure taught you precision, clarity, and humility. You realize now that nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the confusion, not the lonely nights. You thought no one would ever understand. All of it formed you. All of it prepared you. All of it fed the fire within you that refused to go out. You breathe again. Slow, steady, grounded. And for the first time in a long time, you feel a quiet pride. Not for what you've achieved, but for what you've endured. There is honor in survival. There is dignity in persistence. There is beauty in becoming someone your past self would look up to. You whisper to yourself, I am not who I was, and that is my strength. Growth is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not arrive in perfect moments or peaceful seasons. It happens in the ache, in the confusion, in the breaking, in the rebuilding. You remember the nights you felt empty, where silence felt suffocating, and the world seemed indifferent to your struggle. But those nights weren't empty. They were transitions, thresholds, points in time where you were shedding the person you could no longer afford to be. Transformation rarely looks like transformation. while it's happening. It looks like chaos. It feels like loss. It sounds like doubt. It moves like fear, only in hindsight. Do you realize it was growth? You look back now, with gentleness, with compassion, with understanding, not because the past didn't hurt, but because you no longer live there. You have outgrown versions of yourself you once thought you would die in. And that is power. You take another breath, this one deeper, more open, more alive, and you feel something rising, slowly, silently, undeniably. A new strength, a new clarity, a new direction. Not the kind that comes from hope alone, but from understanding, from wisdom, from lived experience. You no longer move blindly. You no longer chase what shatters you. You no longer kneel before things that were never meant to save you. You stand, not in perfection, but in alignment. Not in certainty, but in trust. Not in arrogance, but in awareness. Epictetus' voice echoes gently. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. So you ask yourself, quietly, honestly, bravely, who am I becoming? The answer does not come in words. It comes in feeling, in direction, in an inner shift that tells you exactly where your soul wants to go. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need the world's permission to rise into your own life. All you need is willingness to show up, to continue, to act, to grow, even when you're tired, even when you're unsure, even when the old wounds knock on your door, asking to be remembered. You move anyway, gently, steadily, intentionally, because this journey is no longer about survival. It is about mastery, about reclaiming yourself from everything that once fractured you. You feel your heart soften, not because you are weak, but because you are finally strong enough to stay open. You feel your mind clear, not because life is easier, but because you trust yourself to face whatever comes. You feel your soul steady, not because pain is gone, but because you are no longer afraid of it. And in that quiet, grounded moment, you realize something profound. You are not learning to be strong. You have always been strong. You are learning to see it, to own it, to live from it. You look inward one last time, into the place where your deepest truth rests. And you whisper with calm, unwavering certainty, I am becoming the person my pain prepared me to be. And the echo that responds is not a whisper, but a knowing, a quiet, powerful knowing that guides you forward into the life you are meant to claim. There is a moment when the soul stops trembling and begins to remember itself. You feel it now, a gentle anchoring, a slow return, a quiet awakening that does not ask for attention, yet commands your entire being. You realize how long you've been living, with your fists clenched, your jaw tight, your breath shallow, holding on, fighting ghosts, bracing for storms that no longer exist. So you unclench, slowly, carefully, fingers relax, shoulders soften, chest expands. For the first time in years, you allow yourself to simply breathe, without expectation. And in that simple breath, you rediscover something sacred. Peace was never far. You were just too busy surviving to feel it. The world around you feels quieter now. Not because anything changed, but because you are finally listening to the silence within. A silence that does not judge you. A silence that does not rush you. A silence that welcomes you home. This is where healing begins. Not in noise, not in perfection, but in gentle honesty. You sit with the parts of yourself you once pushed away. The fearful part, the angry part, the tired part, the hopeful part. You do not reject them. You do not hide them. You simply let them exist, without shame, because every version of you was trying to survive with the tools they had. Every mistake was a message. Every failure was a guide. Every heartbreak was a teacher. In a language you didn't yet understand, you feel a small forgiveness rising, not for others, but for yourself. For the times you stayed silent, for the times you rushed healing, for the times you tried to be strong before you were ready, for the times you didn't know what you know now. You whisper softly, I forgive you. And for the first time, your inner world listens. Forgiveness does not erase the past. It frees the future. You can feel the future now, not as anxiety, but as possibility. A new beginning, waiting patiently for your courage. You think about the road ahead. It won't be easy. Growth never is. But you are no longer afraid of difficulty. You have walked through darker chapters than anything that lies ahead, and you know now, with a steady, grounded certainty, that whatever comes, you will meet it with clarity, with resilience, with strength born from truth. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." You understand that now. Life didn't block your path. It shaped it, carved it, refined it. Every obstacle taught you deeper endurance. Every loss taught you deeper compassion. Every delay taught you deeper patience. You learned to wait without losing faith. You learned to fall without losing dignity. You learned to stand without needing applause. That is mastery, not control, not perfection, but quiet, consistent courage, rooted in self-knowledge. You feel the shift solidify, a moment of recognition. You are no longer the person who walked into their pain. You are the person walking out, stronger, wiser, more awake. The world hasn't changed, but you have, and because you have, everything else will. You rise internally, not with force, but with certainty. A steady unfolding, a calm ascent, a reclaiming of space. You once surrendered to fear. You realize now that strength is not a tone of voice. It's not a posture. It's not the absence of tears. Strength is the choice to continue, even when the weight feels personal, even when the night feels endless, even when the heart feels heavy. Strength is choosing to live when the world teaches you to numb. Strength is choosing to love when the world teaches you to close. Strength is choosing to rise when the world expects you to break. You have done all of that quietly, without recognition, without validation. You owe yourself gratitude for surviving what others never saw. You place a hand on your chest, feeling the steady rhythm beneath. That is your proof, your compass, your reminder that life continues through you, with you, for you. You look into your own silence and you see something new. Hope, not the fragile kind that depends on circumstance, not the naive kind that ignores reality, but a grounded hope born from experience, shaped by resilience, protected by wisdom. You whisper to yourself, "I am not afraid of who I will become," and the silence responds, soft but certain. Then become someone who trusts their own steps. Become someone who honors their own heart. Become someone who walks through life, not with haste, but with presence. Become someone your future self will thank for not giving up today. The journey ahead is long, but so is your strength. So is your wisdom. So is your capacity to rise again and again without losing your spirit. You stand at the doorway between who you were and who you are becoming. And without fear, without hesitation, you take the first quiet step forward into yourself, into your life, into your becoming.